So I've developed the course probably about 5 years ago. It's based on law enforcement principles because there's nothing like this out there. There's the old stranger danger, which is 20 years old. It was great for getting the public to know about things, but it's moved on since then. You have to go through life meeting strangers. Most people are good people, so we want not children to be scared, we want them to understand that, there's a situation, maybe you should be dealing with a situation, and if that involves an adult that you don't know, well, what is it in that situation that gives you the warning sign that maybe you need to pay attention and to do something about it? So we've tried to move away from stranger danger because strangers are going to help you, the police are going to help you, the fire are going to help you. So we need to get them to understand, hey, if I'm in a situation and I feel uncomfortable, there's something I can do, and what it is that they need to do is what we teach them on the course. Well, that's the crazy thing. I've done martial arts now for 34 years, and this has nothing to do with martial arts. It's all about learning law enforcement principles and confidence and giving children adrenalized situations so they can actually experience what could happen, but in a safe environment. So that way they grow in confidence, they learn what to do, and it really makes it simple for us to challenge them even more. So some of the kids today, we've got very young kids, we've got slightly older children, but they're all being challenged constantly. And we've even taught kindergartens as well. So we actually have a 3-year-olds session that we've taught as well. But it's literally, a lot of parents don't really know how to broach the subject with a child. So we're really that first entry point. We can teach it in a way that makes them go, well, now we've got an avenue where we can discuss it at home. And a lot of the time, we're actually teaching the parents as much as we're teaching the kids. We still think that, I'll be honest, but we look at it like this. If we don't help that child, who is going to help that child? We have stories coming back from people that this has actually worked and saved lives. It's a lot of time, even with adults don't really understand what goes on in the real world. We hear about it more because it's on social media, but even if it just gives that child that confidence to make that right decision at the right time, they're learning with us in a safe environment. I would much rather it was us they were learning with than actually having to do it for the first time in a real situation. So yeah, it has to be confronting because we have to switch on that adrenaline so they really understand what it's actually going to feel like, and they'll make the right decisions. We've all had fire drills, and I've never been in a fire, but if ever there was a fire, I would know what to do. Same way when we go on a plane or anything like that. So we're just giving them the tools to allow them to make better decisions at better times. It does. So there's nothing like it in Australia at all. And currently we've taught, it's actually now about 30,000 people. So we've got a goal to teach 1 million children worldwide. So even though it's just in Australia, I actually teach this to schools in America, and we have probably about 150 locations teaching this around the world right now. And the coolest thing is once we actually show it, parents, they just wake up to the fact that, you know what, we're learning things that we didn't even know. So if parents are not understanding this, then what are the kids doing? So that's our goal, that's our life mission, to teach as many people as possible. And I love Daniel Morecambe Foundation and everything they do, and I feel if we can add the physical component and the mental component to that as well, I think that's a fantastic thing that we should be doing for Australia. I've got so much respect for what they do, and I would love to have the impact that those guys have had. So people are driving everywhere to come to the courses. They're always fully booked out, and we normally, if we put a course out 2 weeks, it's filled up, and we have to put on more courses. We did some last week, I'm in a school this week. People are coming, people understanding that it's needed right now in today's society. That's it. So when we were looking at this, we thought, that's the price of a pair of sneakers. So if we can give children safety and parents an understanding and an avenue to talk about their child for $49, fantastic. We also do so many free courses as well. We don't want to do it for the money, but we have to, hire venues and things like that as well. But the way we look at it, if we can help more people, that's our goal. That is really our goal. Well, my mum died when I was 13, so as a 13-year-old, just imagine where my mindset was at that point. Lost in the world, didn't know where I was going, and I found that when I could channel, first of all it started at martial arts, and I was able to get some more focus, and I was able to get a bit of drive with my life, and then I discovered, well, I'm pretty good at teaching this, so why don't I help other children? And then it developed, it took away from the martial arts and became this, over many, many years of experimentation and learning and lots of resource finding. It gave me a chance to let people have what I've experienced. I've never had anything that's allowed me to do that before, and I don't want anybody to feel like I did as a child. So I want them to have that confidence that they can make decisions, not just safety decisions, but decisions in life. But unfortunately, I've read enough police reports to know that this is needed. It might be 1 in 1,000, it might be 1 in a million, whatever it is, I don't want that person to be that one. So what can we do to get this information out there?
Do you have kids to be like that?
I don't have kids, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I see all the other children, and the funny thing is I can give children back after 45 minutes to 2 hours, but those parents don't have these skills. It's confronting for them. So why don't we give them the tools? Like I say, we're teaching the parents as much as we're teaching the kids. So we have to really make sure that what we're teaching is realistic, it works, it's safe, and it's in an environment where the children can learn. Yeah, so COBRA is a worldwide organisation, so the head of COBRA is actually an ex-law enforcement officer. So he trains SWAT teams, he's done child abduction cases, he's interviewed predators, so we have it first-hand knowledge, and we go out there many times to actually learn from him and update it, and we spent a lot of time conversing as I was developing this course, and we've worked a lot together. It's crazy. We could literally see the parallels of everything we teach could have been used. Now, it's fantastic that she got home safely, and I can never victim blame anybody at all. But just little things like, could she have used her voice? Would that have helped at the time? Is there a way she could have anchored herself just to draw attention to what was going on, to make it harder to take somebody away? Just even being in that situation, her awareness of something happening before she was grabbed. It's a horrible situation. I want no child to ever go through that. But I want them to understand there's always something they can do. So it's scary, and even as a professional, I hate to read things like that, but I love to read the fact that she was found safe. I could not agree more. Cyber safety is important, and there's a lot goes on with Facebook, but there's still, it's not that man in a wild trench coat. It's not that. It could be people that they know. It's really, really important just for children to understand the feelings inside themselves, that something's not quite right and I need to make that decision to do something. And that's going to help them with everything, with life decisions. It's not just about safety all the time. But yeah, the self-defense aspect of this is vital, that children just have that confidence to enjoy life as children, but there's other people that think out there differently from them. It has to be confronting, because the children will learn best when it's actually happening to them. It's going to release all those endorphins, it's going to find the right part of their brain where they can actually remember it when they need to do it. So it has to be confronting. And for the parents, the feedback is, yes, it's confronting, but it's given us that avenue to talk and to continue it.